Hello and welcome to TA for Traders. I'm Nigel Croft and today is Wednesday the 19th of July. In this video we'll be looking at two commodity prices. First of all, we'll look at platinum. Now this commodity remains in its downtrend. However, there are signs that we're seeing a bottoming picture. There's been a non-confirmation on the RSI and the moving averages are starting to turn. So if resistance can be broken, that picture on platinum will improve. We'll also look at copper. This chart does look okay. We have broken to the upside, broken a flag. All looks very positive. There is some resistance to be broken, but the momentum is strong and I expect that to happen. So starting with platinum, and here we have the daily chart. So each candle represents 1 day's trade. You can see that we're in this downtrend. We've got a pattern of lower highs and also of lower lows. So we're in a downtrend. However, you can see that the low of the 11th of July, which was below the low of the 4th of May, has given us a non-confirmation on the RSI because the RSI was higher at this low. So that's a positive picture. You can also see that the 20 and 50-day moving averages are now tracking sideways. So I believe that we've got a bottoming picture. Be aware that bottoming pictures can take time. So we will get rallies and then it'll go into resistance and then we'll come off and it'll come off again and look bad again and find support, and it'll take a period of time. This could take weeks or even months, but when you're in this base building period, what you need to do is just wait for the moment that you think it's going to break to the upside. Is that at the moment? I don't think so. There's too much resistance at the moment. I think it'll be along the road, maybe in a month or 6 weeks. I mean, at the moment we've got immediate resistance from the 50-day 930.49, and then you can see we've got resistance from the down tracking 200-day 951, and that actually represents these highs as well, where there's been a lot of selling pressure round about the 950 from May and June. The RSI is slightly above 50, 50.32, so showing positive momentum, and the MACD as well, just diverging, the short above the longer, which is a good and is a buy signal and an indicative of positive momentum. On the weekly, you can see the downtrend that's in place. Here, the RSI, perhaps very similar levels on the RSI, certainly above the low in December, 19th of December week. The RSI hasn't been that low since on all the lows, so that's a positive. But it's just bubbling along the RSI, not indicating any upside momentum on this weekly, and presently at 43.34. In a similar fashion, the MACD are tracking sideways as well and are below zero. On the upside here, you can see that the 20-week is a key factor, 941.62, and then the 50-week is also tracking down, 969.71. So here, I mean, as I said on the daily, the base building can take time. I mean, you could see it continuing, as I said, in this area here. So we might not get the break on this until October, November time. If we get a base building picture and then a break up, which could be over here. But let's see. Let's move on to the 4 hour. And here we're getting a mixed picture. There was a downtrend which has been broken. There was a non-confirmation on the RSI, which was good, like a double bottom, which is always good on the 4 hour. We've had the move up. However, we're at the resistance of the 200 4 hour moving average. We've gone below the support of the 20, and you can see that momentum has now collapsed from this market. The RSI is in a vicious downtrend and is marginally above 50.07. The MACD have also declined and are signaling a bear picture and negative momentum. So mixed picture coming from the 4 hour. Now let's look at the support and resistances on platinum, and the 50-day 930 spot 49, the resistance 1, followed by 935.36, with support coming in at the 20-day 916.36, and with the second support at 890 spot 91. So that's been TA for traders. We've had a look at the platinum price just to clarify the key points before we move on to copper. It's still in a downtrend. There's possible base building. RSI is indicative of better momentum, but from the 4 hour there's a mixed picture as momentum has now been lost from there, and it's the MACD is shouting a sell signal. Okay, moving on to copper. Now here on the daily you can see that we did have a downtrend which has now been broken, and you can see that we're above the moving averages, which is good, and we're creating this this shallow uptrend, which is good. Momentum is positive. We've got the RSI up at 67.01. We do need that to tick higher in the next couple of days, or we could get a non-confirmation on this uptrend on the RSI, so be aware of that. And actually the MACD are flatlining and haven't actually shown this positive momentum. Other things to look for, unfortunately the volume that's come through on the rally is not very good, so be aware of that. We've got declining volumes, and so it'd be very interesting to see what happens if we do come off, and we test the 20-day again, whether that support does hold. On the weekly picture, here you can see that we had a strong move up, had a flag, and we've now broken the flag. I think it is positive that we're above the 200-day moving average. In fact, this week will be the first week where the whole of the candle is above the 200 moving average for quite some time. Well, certainly on this chart, way back in up to the end of 2013. The 200-day is still moving down, so is 200 weeks, sorry, so is still a negative factor, so be aware of that. But the 20 weeks, sorry, is moving up below there and will cross through and become the dominant factor very shortly. The RSI, as I've said, is indicative of positive momentum, 58.73, and the MACD have just started to flash a buy as well, indicating positive momentum. On the 4 hour, and here we're consolidating at these high levels. This is allowing the moving averages to catch up, which is positive. Perhaps we'll get in some hammers indicating some indecision at these high levels, but that's only quite natural. The RSI is just flat lining at this higher level. MACD, slight warning, but it's well above zero, so just keep your eye on that. The support would come in from the 24 hour, which is at 2.689, and then the 50 at 2.67. But overall, this could just be a flag, and in the short term, and when the moving averages do catch up, that should give the impetus for further upside. Looking at the support resistance levels on copper, we've got resistance at 2.75. then at 2.816, with the support at the 20-day 2.659, and second support at 2.616. So that's been TA for traders. Also looking at the copper price, just to clarify the key points. Overall it looks good. There's still some resistance to the upside, but it's quite minimal. There's positive momentum, which is positive, double positive there, and it's great that the weekly is now above the 200-week moving average. Many thanks for watching this video on the platinum and copper price. I hope you found it of interest. If you're on a bulletin board and you did like the video, please post it on the bulletin board. Let's get the TA for traders message out there. Many thanks for watching. Please do remember, these videos are my opinion and are not meant as an investment recommendation.